So I want to go back right to the beginning and that moment when you realised that you had a talent or at least an interest in art and creative things.
Well, I don't know. I always feel like a disappointment when I answer. Should I look at you?
You can look at me if you want to.
Okay. So, yeah, I always feel like a disappointment because I actually didn't start doing this till about a year ago, and everyone always finds that shocking, but I don't know. I always like making things. I like building things out of wood when I was a baby. I mean, like 3 years old with a hammer and with my dad in his workshop. So I don't know, I was into creating stuff, but I never really thought of drawing as a thing I'd want to do. Then I went to uni and I did history of art. So again, it's like totally unrelated because I was learning about philosophy and I don't know, a bit of like feminism and sociology and a bit of psychology, that kind of thing. And then just started drawing a bit, people liked it, made some little prints, and then it went from there. So that it was kind of like, okay, I enjoy this, I'll keep doing it.
When the first time that maybe you put something online or showed a friend, how did you feel before you did that? Were you scared about the reaction?
I was so scared, and I feel like a lot of people relate to that because it's that thing of suddenly not just you or your selfies or your life, it's like something you've made, like something that comes from inside is there on the internet. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But then it's also very liberating because now when I do it, I just feel like so much more confident and people relate to it, and I feel a lot more secure in like how I'm feeling because, I don't know, it validates in a way which is kind of bad, I think. I don't do it for that reason, but then that's like a byproduct that I enjoy.
A bonus.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people have said that your art actually helps them get out of bed. It draws tears from their eyes. Are you surprised at the extreme reaction people have to your work? Did you expect that?
Not at all, and it makes me want to cry because I'm so emotional as a person, and then people tell me this stuff and I'm like, oh my god, I helped someone. I don't really know if I'd even believe it. Like, I trust them, but it's so crazy to think that things that I create have that effect, and I do love it. Yeah, it just blows me away every time. I never thought that would happen, and I'm so lucky that people actually care enough. Like, so lucky. It's nice because it just makes me feel less alone, and then that helps other people feel less alone, and then I keep making things. It just like keeps the cycle going, I think.
I think when people see your imagery, because some of it is quite dark and some say depressing, they worry that you're in that state of mind when you post that picture online. Do you want to tell people that you're not actually always in that, and maybe a reflection of a past thing?
Oh my god, I like to say right now I'm absolutely fine because I get so many messages from people like, are you suicidal, like, are you okay? Or even my mum's friends on Facebook will be like, Anna, I've seen your work. I just want to ask, what does it mean when you write, like, I don't want to be here? And oh no, I don't want to explain. So most of it is based on memories or thoughts or conversations or like serial killer documentaries, or there's so many things that contribute. And I can see why people be worried. But my whole, I don't know, like motto, I guess, is that I am a positive person, but I also acknowledge that there is so much bad, and I kind of like that side of things, that my feelings range from really happy to super kind of dark and depressed. Like, I am very up and down as a person, and that's what I try and document, really.
I know it's kind of a cliche thing to ask, but do you find the process of making the art cathartic? Does it help you get over things?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's like the biggest therapy, not just for me, but for so many other people. Like, I volunteered at some art therapy groups for young adults with learning difficulties, and there's a lot of kids in there with like autism too, and to see them get so much, I don't know, so much happiness from creating things, and we work on exhibitions together and different projects, it would actually lead to a point. And then that was even before I started doing stuff myself, so I realised it helps so many people. Like, for me, it's kind of, it's way better than doing something destructive or taking it out on another person. So I just draw. It's like the most peaceful way, I think, of dealing with my own problems.
You touched upon it just now about how you didn't want to explain what the work was about. I was always like that too, but obviously because you're an online person now, do people push you more to explain what things are about?
Yeah, I think there is this pressure, like with the more people that follow you, there's always this thing of, do I have to explain myself and why I'm doing this? And the most difficult question I get is, how do you think of this? Like, where does it come from? Because that's such a natural process. That's like saying, why do you cry? Or like sometimes you just have to cry. Sometimes I just have to draw. And I don't know how to explain that it just goes from here, down my arm, by the heart sometimes, and onto the paper. That's really hard. It's really hard to explain that stuff. But thankfully a lot of people just respect what I'm saying and kind of respect that distance almost, that, I don't know, even if you don't relate, it's just something that someone has created. Sometimes you can't explain it.
And you should just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, or not. It's okay.
Yeah. Are you okay with that if someone says that's not for me or I don't like that one?
Yes, absolutely fine, because there's so much work that I don't like. The only thing I have a problem with is that when people, I don't know, when people hate on it, I think that's so horrible and so mean. And I have the whole, my 3-year-old could have done this, or, oh, my nephew, this little kid, could have made this. And honestly, that argument is so old, so redundant. Like, please don't think I haven't heard it a million times before, and it doesn't do anything. Like, I'm still going to do what I love. That kind of thing is just, it's just that old thing that people say over and over. It doesn't help anyone. Like, it's not changing anything.
I was going to ask you about that, because you have a very distinctive style, but it's not for everyone, because some people think art is only intricate work or very realistic work. Yeah. How do you define your style, and what do you find okay that people describe it as?
Oh, this is a hard one. You're pulling them out. So I'd say that, okay, I used to call it naive, but I kind of hate that word now. I'd say it's from the heart and it's honest.
Yeah.
And it is just a physical kind of representation of how I'm feeling.
Like a reaction.
Yeah, it's almost, like I was saying, like crying or coughing or sneezing. It's just something is there and it needs to happen. And it's just it's kind of like brain puke.
Nice.
Brain puke is the way I describe it.
That's a new genre.
There's no other way that I'd be able to define it. And actually studying art history for those 3 horrible years, like I'm really not academic, kind of realised that it doesn't matter. Like, if it's art or if it's not, if you think it's right or if you think it's wrong, it's just a thing. It's like, I just can't define it, so I don't.
You'd rather not?
Yeah, just enjoy it or also don't enjoy it. I think it's just this whole thing of everyone coexisting a little bit with art and realising that it's not for everyone.
Now, do you